This is South Waziristan, the stronghold of Pakistani militants who have operated here for the past 3 years. The symbolic town of Sararoga was taken from the Frontier Corps back in January 2008 by the militants. It served as their headquarters till it was retaken by the army recently. But all that has remained of the place are heaps of mud bricks and twisted iron.
Most of the meetings of the terrorists and their jirgas and even the courts, they were established here.
The town, which has witnessed much intense fighting between the militants and military, has a deserted, destroyed look. But the flattened and abandoned towns and villages that must be rebuilt, repopulated, and governed once the fighting ends pose another serious challenge to the government. A large cache of recovered arms and ammunitions was put on display at a local high school in Sararoga. The army says the design of IEDs, improvised explosive devices such as this remote control car and personal computer rigged to detonate was ingenious. This high school was also the main militant training center and a courthouse where they carried out their version of Islamic justice. This is one of the key villages of Sararoga, considered to be the operational nerve center of the Pakistani Taliban. It was captured 2 weeks back by the Pakistan army, and now it's considered to be a big blow to the Pakistani militants. And with the operational nerve center dismantled, the militants are now in a state of disarray. The town of Ladda was the third phase of the operation, bordering Makeen, next to North Waziristan. The militants were well prepared and the army faced the toughest resistance after the operation began.
We had to face heavy resistance on all the heights surrounding us. But by the grace of God, we killed them heavily. 250 confirmed dead, point blank range through intercept confirmed.
Ladda was the base of master suicide bomber trainer Kari Hussain. It's believed that he fled the town before the army entered. His seminary, School of Suicide Bombers, was razed to the ground after heavy artillery shelling. But this town was also surrendered by the Frontier Corps after a 6-week standoff at this FC fort last year.
काफ़ी इसके अंदर casualties, शहादतें हुई थी.
We took heavy casualties. But this company, till the last moment, put up a stiff resistance against enemy attacks before finally giving up this Frontier Corps fort to the militants after negotiations back in January-February 2008.
उस कंपनी ने जो Frontier Corps की कंपनी थी उसने खाली कर दिया.
The militants' reprisal campaign of terror attacks in Pakistan's cities and towns has continued. The death toll from a steady series of attacks has passed 400. Pakistan's army claims over 500 pro-Taliban militants and less than 60 soldiers have been killed in Operation Path of Salvation. But the fact remains that over 9,500 militants are still out there and no high-profile target has been killed or apprehended.
First, it was a wrong move to announce the operation weeks and months ahead of the actual action. And secondly, these people, the top-tier leadership, most probably just left much before the operation started because obviously as long as they can protect themselves, would they be able to continue their operation from other locations.
Analysts believe the leadership has escaped into North Waziristan and Orakzai tribal area, and the army will need to expand its operation. With the leadership still largely intact, experts say this war is far from over. In South Waziristan, Sib Kaifee, Press TV.